So happy Monday. But yeah, y'all kind of already saw like my introductory video a little bit about this journey and this season and how everything's gonna start and how we're just diving in, and I'm just so right now it's kind of like a little day with me, and I'm gonna take you along for what I'm eating today for a pretty busy day, what I eat on like a super busy day while tracking with Weight Watchers. So kind of doing that. I'm gonna film. So it's called Mommy Monday. I also call it like Housewife Monday because this is the day when I get all the chores that I can done. So that way, because my husband's home a bit more than me, so he doesn't have to do so much during the week. So we're gonna hit the ground running. I just got the kids to school. It's 8 o'clock. I'm making my coffee, and let's do it.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we...
So I'm gonna enjoy this coffee. It's 7 points out of my 28 that I get on Weight Watchers, so 28 weeklies. I am in the diabetic setting on Weight Watchers. So you know, like processed carbs and things like that, things high on the glycemic index cost me a little bit more points because I'm insulin resistant and I've been pre-diabetic. Is to try and reverse those things and like live the lifestyle that I'm pretty much gonna have to consistently live because my body is so sensitive to certain foods. This is what it is. The most of the points, really all the points, are from the half and half. I'm gonna drink this. I'm not hungry yet, so I'm gonna like load the dishwasher and stuff, and I'm gonna change out the duck water and let my little babies out their coop since it's warming up outside a little this morning, and I'll take y'all along with me for that.
all the signs.
If you know me, you know I hate dishes.
I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again.
Just dishes, scrub the bathroom a little bit, and then index.
Looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
So, impromptu little side quest to a day of chores and eating. Stop at the Starbucks nearby here on the way to my girlfriend's house. She asked me if I could or wanted to stop by for a little bit. So, I'm going to do that. So far, I did the dishes, cleaned the bathroom, vacuumed a bit. I'm running my little robot vacuum right now. So while the wash is running, I'll stop by and see her just for a few before, hopefully I get home in time to do another load, eat some lunch, before I go and pick up my little bubby from school. And then we're gonna like play with the ducks in the kiddie bowl and stuff. We're gonna do that, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. Pumpy, come get in your bed, Pumpy, come on. Adidas Ultra Boost from like 4 or 5 years ago, and I just still going on strong. I will never give them up. New Hydro Jug. Just love a good cup. One is for the fact that like the mouthpiece is actually covered, and because you can still like cough in this, but as a hairstylist, I ingest probably a lot of hair products just existing in the salon. I'm still a sucker for a Hydro Jug. So we have a pretty old refrigerator, rust all over the fridge, and sanded her multiple times, primed her, painted her, and you can't tell where the rest was. Morgie over here just refinishing refrigerators. It's rock hard. I'm like gonna destroy the straw. That was so excessive. So anyway, off to my friend's house.
Thanks for choosing Starbucks. What can I get for you?
I'm just gonna do a reduced fat turkey bacon sandwich. Then I'm gonna do a custom drink. I'm gonna do 4 shots of blonde espresso in a venti cup with half and half. 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla. 2 pumps of regular mocha. And 2 Splendas. Iced.
Iced, okay.
So sorry for the tick, 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 ticking. I went and saw my bestie, and I'm picking up Bubby. I haven't gotten a chance to eat lunch yet. Auto 28, my coffee was 7. My breakfast sandwich was 6, so 13 points. I have 15 left to use today. Sounds scary or intimidating. You're like, oh my god, you can't have that much in meals, but it's like, I can though, because the whole point is to eat whole foods, right? Especially with Weight Watchers, like whole foods and not processed foods tend to be lower in points to 0 points. You have 0 point foods that you can eat, based on like what your setting is, and mine is set in the diabetic setting, meaning things lower on the glycemic index, or like not processed carbs, not altogether, but they're higher in points. So there are 0 point foods I could eat even for lunch, to eat with a little bit of processed food and be on the lower point side of things. So we're gonna try and get home and do that with my little Bubby, before we play with our little duckies. So I already have drank like 40 ounces of water. I feel like one of my biggest things, like tips, is genuinely, when you have a cute cup, it helps. I don't care what anybody says. That's the part of romanticizing the life that I'm talking about. It's like you're still using that discipline to drink the water and be mindful about drinking water, but a cute cup just makes it so much better. So this is, like I said, the new Hydro Jug, the new color. Like I said, how this is about mentally, physically, spiritually, all the things, just trying to be healthy. And one of the things is do things that just like do bring you joy, like within that reason. Because let me tell you, some people say like a ton of alcohol brings them joy, but in my experience, nothing great ever comes from that. And they're like these empty calories and, you know, like not so great experiences. But I mean more of things of like that make you feel alive, you know, whether it's reading a physical book, sitting outside and having a few minutes to think for yourself. Just like I said, I'm here for the people who dig down, really hit the ground running, digging down deep and working really hard and hustle and bustle. And I'm kind of in between that area of life. I used to be there, and I'm just right now in this season of my life, I'm not just like, oh, balance, but I'm trying to figure out what are the best ways that I feel healthy, and that's what I'm bringing you with me for. It's not because I have all of the answers. I do have some things where it's like I've been there, done that, but I'm bringing you on this journey with me. Yeah, also, this is not a flattering angle. It make my got one eye smaller than the other. Lol. Clean my house a good bit, so that's good. I got to see my bestie. That's good. Okay, but hold up. I did just get a new car. She is new to me. 2020 Suburban. But then my son decided he was going to eat some Doritos before school. So I vacuumed that up. But, you know, I conditioned the leather seats. She's so beautiful. Look at the sunroof. From the outside to show you, like, how gorgeous she is. So, anyways, I just had to show that off.
Mommy, can you go get me some chips? But when you're like right there, they can actually smell. You. No, you, camera. You.
Who's that? Who's that walking in?
Oh, hi, Daddy. Over there. Dishwasher. Dishwasher.
So this is my skincare, like what I do for my skin.
The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life changes, just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours.
This is dedication because I usually really like to play my music in the mornings. Excuse me. Do not judge my bedroom. You all know, y'all got something in your house, like your one messy spot. Moved twice in 7 months. It's crazy. We'll go into like detail later. And now I am also in the middle of transitioning like my summer clothes, because it's like a closet wall, so to speak. So I have like my fall and I'm like trying to swap things out, and I've just been doing other things around the house for the week and like getting everything clean, X, Y, and Z. Anywho, this is like a whole day project that I need to work on this weekend. So she's just kind of like this through the work week because we both work pretty long hours and we both work pretty far from it. So something I kind of wanted to talk about on here is the pressure social media has on trying to be the most authentic version of yourself. Whether it's sharing your journey, which I encourage almost everybody to do. I mean, I know some people don't want to share, you know, their whole life because then it feels like it's opening it up enough to have input of others. But the only time that really affects you is if you allow it, you know. But anyways, it's like sometimes when you're in the thick of it, you get kind of sucked back in, like not in the thick of it, like when you're on a roll or you're really trying to focus on social media, like for my hair page or for my personal, it's like you see others and you get sucked in, and it's okay to think to use others as like examples and you know, but there's a difference in using someone as like some kind of inspiration and then losing your authenticity, you know, to form to what everybody else is doing. And that's like defeating the whole purpose. Like my videos here aren't to like what everybody else is doing. I'm trying to just, like I said, be my authentic self. Like I like certain editing styles or this and that, but I need to remember, we all need to remember, like, oh my gosh, I'm just not even counting likes anymore. I mean, sometimes I'm gonna like, dang, I got 6. And it's like, no, Morgan, reel it back in. That one of 6 people, it could have helped them so much. Again, that glass half full. And it's like, I used to go from like half naked bikini pics after I lost so much weight, you know, well over 100, sometimes 200s, to like 10 or less, you know. And it's at a point, it's like something is with where I am with my faith that just feels unsettling. And I'm not saying everybody has to do this, But where I am is trying, you know, wanting to be a little bit more modest. Like certain things make me uncomfortable that I wear now. But I don't feel this need to like full on flex on them in a bikini pic. And there's nothing like, I'm not judging people who do. And who knows, come summertime, I might be posing with my husband on the beach or something. But you know what I mean. So, real quick, I'm going to go over what I just used. Because it is a get ready with me. So, e.l.f. Sticky Slime, you know, after all my skincare, I use this guy. And then I go in Poreless Face Primer by e.l.f. And I put that like in my lines and my wrinkles. And then CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. Because I have oily skin. And then I'm going to go in and kind of just, once I have the base of that on, it's LA Girl Pro Perfect Oil Control. So not necessarily a matte setting spray, but an oil control spray. And I'm going to let that dry for a second. So what I was saying was that, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the whole bikini stuff and what have you. So it's just like, I'm just in a place where I'm trying to navigate it. I don't even have all the answers to that, other than it just doesn't sit right with me. And I've even contemplated taking it off of my Instagram, like certain pictures. But I feel like that was part of my journey. And I want people to almost see that. Like, hey, what I used to do doesn't sit right with me. You know, I've changed. It's never from a place I'm better than anybody who does do it. So, just starting there, it just doesn't sit right with me. But with that being said, it's almost like social media wants to glorify that more and more. But like, when I share anything with my faith on there, I feel like it's almost shadow banned. There are some people who have a large following who are very faith driven, but there, I've noticed it, like I will get hundreds and hundreds of views on my stories, and then it will literally be like that 32 or something weird when I share more faith driven stuff. Like, I've seen it firsthand for myself because I was curious, so I was paying attention. And yeah. So, but I'm still going to do it because that's what I want to share. That's literally me. That's like what, you know, God created me and all of us like in his image and to spread his word. And so, anywho, I've noticed that. And I'm like, okay. So I'm content with not getting the likes. Like, obviously I'm looking for algorithm stuff at like best times to post and things like that. But I'm not changing myself or the message behind any of my content or what I put in my photos to be with what is accepted with the times these days, like what's acceptable these days. 'Cause I feel like things have loosened up a lot, like things that would be not super public or super public, and I just don't want that on my page anymore, and that's okay. I'm also not the most I'm brain tooting. Oh my gosh, my brain's farting. Well, while I get the words in my brain, I'm going to go over what I just used. Concealer's Morphe Filter Perfect. And then instead of using like a contour stick, I bought the e.l.f. bronzer and contour. So creamy. Literally blends right in. No issues. Love it and I'm obsessed. And now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Monochromatic Multi-Stick. And then what I do... And actually, while I get it straight, I take like a stipply kind of blush brush and tap it in here and test it out on my wrist and tap it in there and then knock a little bit of the product off. And then I apply it once my face is dry anyway. Oh yeah, I am the least like aesthetic girly. I'm trying to figure out what my personal aesthetic is, not just like what's trending. You know, it's like obviously I want it to grow, but I want it to grow to an audience that genuinely wants to watch me for me. It's like I'm not becoming what the rest of the world and social media wants me to be. Like I said, I'm not extremely aesthetic. Like, not according to my bedroom. Like, I have a good taste in a little bit of home decor and like paint and this, that, and the other. But when it comes to social media, I can envision things, but when I post, it's just like, I'm just not there. Like, I'm not a crazy aesthetic girly. If there is a little bit aesthetic to me, I'd say it's a little bit moody. But also, I feel like I'm a weird, goofy oddball, kind of. I'm passionate about things. There's a lot that I am. A little bit on the bridge of my nose. Sorry, my mirror is right here, so if I'm looking this way, that is why. I just don't want to turn myself into something just because social media, you know, like the vast majority that's on social media gives a bunch of likes and says this is cool, so everybody kind of looks and sounds the same. And if I'm trying to get my journey across, I need to show up as me. And if I'm relatable, it's because of me, not because I'm making myself and turning myself into what everybody else is trying to do. Like, another thing, I don't have this like one hit wonder type of like weight loss story. When I say it's everywhere, it's everywhere. And I feel like that's almost not talked about enough. Like, it's all over the place. And right now I'm back on Weight Watchers after kind of being on it intermittently. But when I was on it consistently, the first time I used it was when I lost the vast majority of my weight. In the beginning, when I was consistently using it, and now I'm back to it and it's a first full circle moment, but my circle looks like this all the way around. But we're here and we're back, and that's why I'm using it again, because I've been there, done that with so much. I'm not even trying to hide it, and I'm back to where it all started, because that's just what worked best, and I just had to go mess around and find out. And back to the whole like not becoming what everybody else is. Like, sure, this is a get ready with me moment, but it's not because that's what's viral. It's because I find it fun. Why can't we all just be ourselves? We're gonna take a moment to talk about what I'm about to use. Okay, so I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible. That was painful. Anyway, 24-hour fresh wear. I'm gonna put this where my makeup tends to crease the most, like under my eyes, right here, my little ditch area, and my smile lines. I don't have a little patty thing that I would probably use, so I'm gonna use this one of my clean big powder brushes. So I'm just gonna push her in there. Like pushing it in, not just smearing it on. Boo. So now I'm going to use Hourglass and put it on everything else with my big Jumbo It Cosmetics brush, and just Voila. Well, while that setting spray is drying, broke my straw even more. Yes, I'm just trying to show up myself. Get on here and talk how I would if you were talking to me in person, you know, and it just really stick with you guys, make you guys feel like, you know, I'm here going through the same thing you are, because honestly, I don't even have the time to make things oddly picture perfect to people. Like, everybody has a little bit of insane and busy and this, that, and the other in their life, and we'll kind of get into that later. I've got it too. Like, there's also no reason as to why, if I can figure out time to do this and be active with my kids, go to work, like all the things you guys do, well, most of you anyway, it's just like, you guys can figure out how to get active and prioritize yourself. It's all in what you want to prioritize. Remember, like when we talked about that, prioritizing things. It used to be at our first house when I first started on my journey, just a TV in our garage, the heart of COVID. So like I started working out before that, but after my son, before I got back into the gym, that's what I was doing. I had Beachbody on my TV, because the gym was subscribed to that, or I would watch YouTube videos to switch it up of different at-home workouts with what I had. You could snag like kettlebells and dumbbells from TJ Maxx. Like I have Peloton dumbbells from TJ Maxx. Like that's crazy. And yoga mats. Like there's literally no reason. In my kids, oh my gosh, back when I would just stretch on the yoga mat, I don't really even do yoga. Like they would get out there and do it with me, so I had to go and buy 2 more. Like, so it was something we started doing together a little bit. And lately, I was slacking in the more active department for moving and stuff. And that was just a good enough excuse for me, because I was also in a funk. I was in a gym funk. We all get in these funks. And that's when I said, that's it. We're restarting. I know what I need to do. I just needed to hit the point where I was, and things needed to happen. And it makes me teary-eyed to think about how grateful I am for all of these things happening, and like where life has brought me, and like the path that God has literally put me on, and the trials and things and stuff I had to learn from to bring me where I am today, and like having the mindset that I have. And I'm really grateful. So with all of that being said, I'm making time to do this because I feel like it's just something I'm in a sense like meant to do. Like I'm just trying to be raw in here. And sure, sometimes I might be like, oh my gosh, my mustache in that one or something. I'll switch up the angle. Like, I don't know. Again, I'm just on here to be real with you. Anyway, I done went on a freaking like tangent there for a second, but not in a bad way. What do you call it? My brain's going 90 miles a minute. And honestly, that's all I'm here to do, you know. Just showing up, the messy action, all the things. So, Ulta Beauty Flushed Blush Powder. So we did the creamy one. Now we're going to put this one on top. I was not a fan of doing this for the longest time, and I took messy action. I did something I don't normally do one day, and I loved it, and now I'm going to do it all the time. So there you go. I just did it, risking the fact that I might have to redo my entire face. But I was like, we're doing it. You just rip the Band-Aid off. I used to say all the time, and I still live by the motto, I just need to pick a different word, but the F around and find out is definitely, I definitely be living by that. And so I don't know why I was so scared of the whole blush thing. I was just like, ew, no, not a fan. And then I messed around and found out, and I'm obsessed. Makes it last longer, keeps the pigment, and it's my favorite. So we just kind of put that on. Just like it a little deeper right there, and then it gradually go into my cheek. I don't know why I made that noise. And I kind of do it different on both sides, I notice, like left to right. and makeup artists probably cringe watching this. I'm sure my sister would. My sister does makeup. Like, I do makeup, but like my own. But she was like a makeup artist once upon a time. Now she just does photography, and I wish she would do both and like start a whole company, but she won't. At least not right now. I mean, she does for photography, but I like it on my nose. It makes me look, and I'm just for fun. I don't know that I even did anything, but it makes me feel better about the look, you know? But I have it on my nose and my cheeks. I usually wait and do my highlighter at the very, very end, but I'm probably going to do it now. I might even put a little bit of bronzer on. I usually do that before my blush, and today I was like, don't need it. But I'm like, oh, I might dust a little bit, like, just to make me glowy, like nothing crazy. Like I said, I don't even know that did anything, but it made me feel better about it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this crazy weird flat brush. I used it one day because I couldn't find the other brush that I usually use. And I wasn't mad at it because I was just kind of like stippling it on there. And it worked. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm going to go on the bridge. Yeah, buddy. See what I mean? I just had to like turn it in a different direction. Just hit it just right. And look at that. Ow. I accidentally stuck on my tooth. There we go. So, another round of setting spray. So I saw Julia Renee. She's one of my favorite fitness inspo people ever. I love watching her YouTube channel. I love her podcast with Kendall, the Know Your Power podcast. I follow her on the gram. She's just awesome. She's one of those that I find is like pretty authentic. And same thing with Kendall. They're just kind of like doing their thing in the best way, like in the best way possible in their own ways, and I just love it. So what Julia did, back to the point, she left her powder on her eyebrows, and I'm gonna do that because usually I would like clean my eyebrows, but I'm just gonna brush them a little into the shape I want them. She was like, oh yeah, it lasts longer when you leave the powder on, and I'm like, what? She used to be a makeup artist too before she did bodybuilding, like her true passion in that. And her makeup always looks bomb. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try that little tip out. See, I don't try to do someone's whole look when they post her makeup tutorials in one sitting. I'm the person who likes to like take one thing away and try it out and then like start incorporating that somehow. Okay, you're gonna have to see my messy pile over there while I do this because I have to get close to my mirror. You're just lucky because you can see the one eyebrow, but I'm looking this way and it's, sorry, my baby's texting me asking good night. Okay, so what I did was, sorry, I was on the phone. Just filled in kind of like from here to here just to give it shape, not really filled in. I have a whole lot of eyebrow because I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline Super Fluff. So the eyebrow pencil I used, I'm not usually picky. I just always grab whoever has a black eyebrow pencil in stock. Revlon Color Stay Brow Pencil. That's all the black I could find when I was there. I'll use NYX. I'll use just about whatever as long as it's a thin pencil. But kind of just what Julia did was just like she used a brow gel and just fluffed it here and tied it into the rest to keep it natural-ish, fluffy and natural-ish looking. Voila, just a little enhanced brow there. And then I'll use the Nude Mood by ColourPop. This is like for my daily look. I kind of just use a blending brush for this whole look, to be honest, just to keep it soft. I put the Dare to Wear, so this like nude one right here in the corner, just all over, which is why I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to use a blending brush for the whole thing. because there's no need to be particular in my opinion, because I like when a little bit gets down there when I apply this on. I feel like it just ties the bottom into the top. And then I'll get Au Naturel, just a tiny bit. I'll even mix it with the Dare to Wear a little bit and just really focus it in this crease. Again, tap, tap. Just a little in the corner just because I feel like it today. Again, just kind of buffing out what already was underneath. And then I'll take a little flat brush, another setting spray I have by NYX, Bear With Me, wet it, and then I'll use the Moody, so the dark bottom corner one, and like pat it in there and really go in and use it as like a liner versus my black eyeliner. And sometimes I'll mix the two, sometimes I'll just do the black liner. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day, and today I'm just gonna do this. I'm just tapping where my bottom lashes are, nothing crazy, with whatever's left on the brush. And I'll go in and just be like that underneath. Because I'm like, well, why not have a little dramatic look today, right? And then I'll use like this more fluffier looking one just to like maybe even buff a tad so it doesn't look like a crisp line. Mascara will be the Tartelette tubing mascara. It's in like a metal thing. I love this mascara because I find it doesn't really transfer onto my lid throughout the day like a normal not waterproof one does. And I love the brush. So because because usually I would use waterproof because I do like Brazilian blowouts and stuff and my eyes get really watery, or like when we're using certain like hairsprays and products, I always accidentally spray my face. Never fails. And this one just doesn't, it's not super runny. So, and it's easy to get off in the shower because it's not waterproof. I decided at the last minute I felt like doing my bottom lashes. This might be my new everyday, going in with a little extra of the darker because it's like winter time. Ooh, a little dot got on my face, but I actually like it, so let's make a fake freckle there. So now we're gonna set her. Oh, I'm trying to put everything away. Quick Crush, Morphe. Lips are lined. And now we're going to go in Quick Crush Morphe Soulmate Velvet Lip Mousse. It's literally some of my favorite lipsticks, you know. I'm like fanning this just to dry a little bit. Lip gloss. Now I'm gonna get dressed and we are gonna head to the salon. I said I would show you my new whip. This is Mama's new whip. Gosh, she's so big. Back up. She's new to me. Work hard, ladies.